Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I can't believe we've reached week 4 of iRacing incidents of the week, but a month of the season's already gone. Uh, but yeah, here's week 4. Lots of incidents to talk about. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much and take care. First incident. First race on with the Porsche Cup, and I get an amazing start, and then this happens. So I'll let it play and then we'll talk about it. So yeah, that's it. The way I see it is, uh, hold on. I'm just gonna mute this for a second. But the way I see it is, I get the good start, right? He's very slow off the start, and he has room on the inside over here, as you can see. I think he, considering that I was here, and obviously the track kinks to the right before it goes left. He should have given me a little bit more room, but I should have also been more aware of him being there. And I think that is what really, like, I should not have cut. I should have just stayed straight rather than turning, and that's what caused that. So let's just look at it from rear chase once. So here it is. I get the good start. And yeah, that was like, honestly, I should have given him more room. I should have just stayed straight, to be honest. So that's incident one. So yeah, that's incident two. And while while this might not be like a race ruining incident, when you're trying to do, for me, the way I see it is, again, when you're trying to race cleanly and not get incident points and all, somebody comes and hits you twice in the span of, excuse me, comes and hits you twice in the span of a few corners, it does get frustrating because I'll walk you through what I was doing here. So obviously we're entering the braking zone for whatever. I think this is turn two, but turn two, and this guy's plainly ahead of me. So he gets to cut inside, and it's not like I'm on the racing line, right? I am off. I'm literally in the middle of the track, so I have to give him, that driver, the room they require to make their turn. So obviously I am going to brake earlier than possible. I still brake. I brake just about where I would brake normally. And I just hold it there, trying to gauge what, if they're going to hold it around the outside or they're going to come cut back inside. And while I'm doing that, this driver decides to not use his brakes and just come right into the back of me. And I want to see where, honestly, it doesn't even look like. So he breaks. So here's the issue. The mistake he makes, which I realize he makes in the second time he hits me, is he started braking here, but he's probably had, I can't see his telemetry, but he's put more braking pressure. That's why you see, like, there's the lockup. You see the smoke. He hits me and then again locks up. And Okay, cool. We'll stay on this. We'll stay on this driver and fast forward to here. Okay, this is me here on the outside. I also lock up in this turn. So yeah, this guy basically has zero control over his car because he locks up, induces a spin, and while spinning goes into the back of me. And you see, like I locked up. If I go ahead, right? I braked soon. I honestly braked very soon for this because I was trying to get the switch back on this driver. So I brake and then I the gap is closing here, so I increase the pressure, causing a lockup. But I managed to keep it safe out of the two drivers and get to a lane where I want to. And in that time, this driver comes and gets me. So yeah, unfortunate, but that's what happened. And the next incident, the driver from the previous incident strikes again. So again, this is lap three. And you see, basically, this guy doesn't know how to use his brakes. He doesn't know how to use his brakes. He's just using me as his brakes at this point because just see how lay, like he brakes here. And did he lift off the brakes? Felt like he lifted off the brakes, but again, he just rammed straight into me and again gives me another 4x. All right, here we go. Next race, and pretty much like the first race, we get damaged on the start. We get a good start and then just get damaged. But I'll let it play out and then we'll talk. So yeah, again similar. Just mute that. Similar. This guy pulls over to the side, and I didn't know what he was really doing. So I was going here, but I didn't. I felt that he was going to come. I felt that he was going to come, but I didn't notice it because obviously my single monitor, I don't have that much view of what's happening on my side. So, and this guy was really slow. And again, same. I just clip him. I lose my rear wing, and this actually causes a lot of problems for me because uh, going forward, also I'm literally driving without my rear wing. Didn't really know I had that. Because of this, I spun and I literally had bad control of my car. So until I realized, then I figured that I won't have a rear wing, and I think I drove without a rear wing, or I came into pit. Yeah, I drove without like it just got bent bad to worse, honestly. So yeah, that was it. That was this. So yeah, uh, I'd made my way up to 13th. I'd started 16th, I think, locked up, and honestly, this was all me. I just wanted to go over it because I locked up my brakes because we see where I started braking, and I just was trying to get overzealous. Even though I brake well before the four cones, I just lock up, gap closes because he moves over to the racing line. I tap him and go out off track and end up not actually losing a position, but yeah, that's what happens. And that was the only incident that happened in this race. But I still managed to finish ninth, I believe, but I up. I could have done much better because I don't know if I picked up damage. I picked up a slight damage, but it didn't really affect my race after this. So drill, play, talk. So two incidents in this, obviously. One coming into the turn. Uh, these guys are fighting for position. I've decided I'm going down the inside. I decided I'm going down the inside, so I started braking. Did not lock up my brakes or anything going down the inside. All right. So I see that happen. So I hug the inside line, and then obviously when I come out, I see this guy, and this guy had locked up his brakes. He's coming back. He's technically technically I'm on the line, but technically he's also on the line if because there is that thing. But I feel that I have the actual line because I actually hooked both the apexes, and so I was entitled to this because I don't know what this is, and I have more than 3/4 of a car ahead of him. But he continues netcode, spins me around. That's the end, and then he kind of hits me again a second time there, but I'm just left here, and this guy I don't know what he was thinking. This guy, he just, he was already on the brakes, and you can see that I'm like trying to stop by the brake marks tires thing, and he just comes right into me again. So, yeah. This one really pissed me off. Okay, we're obviously driving the same car, same livery. I'm just going to play it and then
Again, you fucking asshole. Take some time.
So I really don't know what that guy was doing. Because I brake, I'm way ahead of him at this point, okay? See the rear chase doesn't look that far ahead, but far chase, I am a entire car lengths ahead, and I have already started turning for the apex. I have already started turning for the apex. And this guy just comes and goes right into me. And then he starts yelling in voice chat. I feel this is completely on him because, again, I am I am ahead of him at all times. There was never a point in this whole thing where he got in front of me until the final stage of braking when I was turning. I was just getting back onto just getting off the brakes, and I was turning and just getting off the brakes, as you can see thing, and he just comes straight into the back of me. I really don't know what he was thinking there. And then, oh, this last one's a doozy. I know this last one. So obviously, I'm gonna. So yeah. So as you can see, I come through this. He literally reverses back on a track or rolls. I don't know, but that's. Hold on, that's here. I don't know what he does. But he literally he drops it, and then he's reversing, right? That sounds like he's reversing and losing traction. So I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking. Like, literally, who reverses in the middle of a race onto a live racetrack when there are other cars on, like, near you? Like, I was near him. Like, he could see me in my, like, you see here, I would have been in his mirror. I would have seen him. He would have seen me in my mirror. Alright, next race. This is, I think, the GT3 Fanatec or the VRS Sprint. I'm just going to play the clip and then we'll talk. So here's what happened here, okay? This guy's on the outside, I'm taking the inside line, and the inside line closes for me because I realize there is this driver coming down my inside. Okay? So I leave more room on the inside so that he doesn't take me out. And this guy, I'm guessing he doesn't realize or doesn't see me. He tries to cut back. He tries to cut back to get like this, the outside line for the left bend. And because of that, I have no room. I have no turning radius. I have no room. And I go into him like that, and then he just stops, basically takes off my bumper and my hood. And that is that. Next incident. Obviously different day, but next incident, I'm just gonna play it and then we'll talk. So that's the incident. I had already lost my front. I don't know when. I don't remember that, but I'll play back from a few corners. I'll just mute this. So this driver goes wide, super wide over here, nearly loses it. And I managed to get past him and I am going down here. Okay. I might not have gotten the best exit, but I was still obviously clearly ahead of him. And I'm guessing he just tried to brake late and go down the inside. While in the moment, I know I got angry because obviously the way I saw it was, I think I was ahead. I thought I was ahead, but we are actually pretty in line. And obviously, at this point, I feel that I was further, like, I got half a car ahead, so I get the racing line. But I also feel that I should have left more room for him on the inside. Even though I think this line into this, going down the inside of over here at this turn is crazy, for the simple reason is the way this turns, like, yeah. But I should have given, I also feel I should have just given him more room, to be honest. I should have given him more room, and I guess this one was on me. The next incident, lap 4, obviously going into turn 1, and I'm just gonna play it and then we'll talk about it. So, okay, this one's different because one, obviously, I have done this myself where I have gone down the inside, late break, gone down the inside, but in my, I feel that wherever possible, I have always telegraphed, which is both good and bad, but I've telegraphed because I know how, I've learned how iRacers are. I telegraph my moves sometimes because then I get the thing to say that, hey, I had already committed way before we even approached. I had committed that I was going to make this move, right? Doesn't always happen like that. I get it, but I telegraph. And what I would have done if I was here, if I was making this move, I would have been slightly, like, if not perfectly behind the driver in front, but slightly off, like slightly to the right, so that it would be like, okay, I might not be going down the inside, but I'm thinking about it. And if the chance opens up, I will go down the inside. So I feel that because till here, he also doesn't realize, he doesn't make the decide to make the move till the 200-meter board, where I've already started, like, just I'm starting my turn in, and you see 100 meters I'm already turning in. 100 meters I'm already turning in, but obviously that. But I also feel like the way he braked, the way place he braked, he would have realistically ended up like slowing down to the apex speed about here. So he would have gone deep either way. So while this didn't ruin my race or his race, there are ways that we could have done this differently, in my opinion. One, if I had known that he was actually going to make that move, I would have left the door open for him to dive down and cut back. They would have given me the better exit, but that is what I would have done. And from his point of view, I think he should have kind of committed or made up his mind before we even entered the braking zone. So that is my opinion on this. I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. All right, next incident. We are now in the 296 at Okayama. I'm going to let it play and then we'll talk. This is obviously lap 1 entering turn 1. So yeah, obviously not much can be said because this is a lap 1 turn 1 incident. I was starting P3. I got a little held up because of this, the way the driver start, which gave everyone on the left row the run up. Now here's the issue, where this is where the issue really starts for the incident. Okay, we have these two battling on the outside. I clearly have the inside line, which will turn into the outside line. Or I'm just gonna mute that. Okay, so I stick to my inside line. I stick to the thing. I know that this is gonna get tight again, so I already know I'm taking the outside line. Okay, and so I am going around the outside, because if I was going inside, I would have honestly been where this yellow car was. But here's the issue, right? He should have either he should have backed out, or one of these two drivers should have backed out. For the simple reason, I think it should have been this driver backing out, because if I go, he is slightly ahead, but he is, with the radius of this curve, he has no way, like, he needs to slow down the most. I think he should have backed out and fought another day, which he doesn't. And then because he starts banging him, he didn't, his response is obviously to bang into my car, and both of them hanging around the outside, they push me wide, and there's contact between them, which basically I get tangled up in. So my thing is, the driver on the inside, even though he was technically ahead and iRacing saw him as being in the third position, I feel he should have learned that that wasn't the position to fight that battle from, and he should have backed out so that he could have fought. Because right now, what he did basically gave him that much damage and put him in the wall. All right, first incident of the last race that we're looking at is the 3-hour race I had around Indy, and this happens on lap 13. So hold on, I'll just play it and let you guys watch. So yeah, this guy just decides he's gonna win my race, and during the race, it actually angered me so much because just see from I'm gonna show it from rear chase. Okay, let's watch it through like this. And for me, obviously, I was off track. I let this Porsche back on before I get back on. I get back on the track. This guy's not as close as the Porsche was. So I get back on the racing line. I'm getting up to speed. And he just drives right into me and spins me around and then quite literally just and runs into the distance. And my thing is, let's see from his chase and just hear his throttle. And that's what pissed me off the most because I obviously did rewatch this immediately because because of the amount of damage I had to pit. I rewatched this and that angered me so much. Not once did he try to, whether I was in the wrong or right or wrong. I think I was in the right because I let the car that was the closest to me by. I was on the track for enough time where he could have passed me if he was close enough, but he didn't. So I continued on my line. Not once did he try to avoid me. Not once did he try to avoid me, and he destroyed, absolutely wrecked. He just keeps going. He keeps going, and for me, the way I would see, if I saw this, I would have opened up the wheel and gone to the outside. But he tries to do that, but he does it too late, and in the process, spins me around, spins himself around, gives me the most amount of damage because I go into the wall, and he just gets to continue on as if nothing ever happened. And that absolutely angered me. I'm going to let it play. Obviously, you see, I'm driving without a rear end. I thought the repair would have added my rear end back, but apparently it was only an optional repair, and the rear wing is not absolutely necessary. And obviously, I didn't realize why I was struggling, but I was struggling with it at the time. I didn't realize that the wing was broken till my next pit stop. But this incident happens, and this absolutely again infuriates me because I'm a few laps down. But if you, I'll just let it play and then we'll talk. So yeah, this Porsche, just look at rear chase. Look how far back that Porsche is. Trying to make an overtake of his own or their own. I'm fine with that. But he should have judged that I was going to be here. I was about 8 tenths ahead. I didn't need to give them the position because I didn't want to lose time myself. Just comes and there, more damage. They lose their bumper as well, but that was like, what were they thinking? Yes, they were a lap ahead. That doesn't mean you get tangled in a thing with back marker. So yeah, that's that. So that are my thoughts on it. I could have just yielded, but then I was also trying to catch back up with everyone because there were a few drivers ahead of me who were still on my lap. So yeah. All right, last incident. I'll play this through and then we'll talk. So what happened there is I was on my last I was at 30 of 32 before that. And this driver who was in P5 coming to lap me just comes and rams into the back of me. So I'll play it from rear chase. Okay. The way I see it is I came to the outside so that he could let's do a far chase, right? I can't show you my mouse because it hides the mouse here. But if you see, I have literally left the inside open for the driver so that they could go past me. And instead of that, just goes right into the back of me. And that got me disqualified. And I literally 2 laps, 3 laps from the end, I get disqualified. And that was like, I wouldn't say icing on the cake because icing on the cake is supposed to be good, but that was literally the last straw. And this was like I've been enjoying the 3 hour races, but this one absolutely angered me. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I shall see you all in the next one. The next one is going to be a while. Actually, we will have one more because I have another week of racing before I'm on holiday for a few weeks. So there will be one more, and then there will be a small hiatus, and then we will be back with this soon. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.